Researchers from the Max Planck Institute suggest that one single chromosome doubles the risk of getting severely ill, and we can blame the prehistoric Neanderthals for that.
Our ancestors interbred with Neanderthals. This is about 50,000 years ago that this happened.
Diving into the past, we encounter the elusive and fascinating world of the Neanderthals, an extinct species of archaic humans. While their existence is marked by mystery, certain aspects of their lives can be pieced together. One such intriguing facet is their intimate life, a blend of primal instincts and intricate cultural norms. Number 1. The genomic evidence of Neanderthal Homo sapiens interbreeding. One of the most compelling pieces of information about Neanderthal sexual behavior is the clear genomic evidence of interbreeding between Neanderthals and early Homo sapiens. Around 40,000 years ago, when Homo sapiens migrated from Africa and first met Neanderthals in Europe, there must have been enough intermingling for gene flow to occur between the two species. This gene flow is detectable in non-African modern humans today, as they carry between 1% and 2% Neanderthal DNA. This result stands as a testament to the fact that Neanderthals didn't just coexist with Homo sapiens, they also interbred with them. Moreover, genomic studies have identified specific regions in the human genome where Neanderthal genes are absent, such as those associated with the testes and the X chromosome. This lack suggests that when Homo sapiens and Neanderthals interbred, natural selection favored the Homo sapiens version in these regions, possibly due to reduced fertility in males who carried the Neanderthal version of these genes. One fascinating discovery was made from the toe bone of a Neanderthal woman, which had been preserved in the Denisova cave in the Altai Mountains of Siberia. Genetic analysis of this bone revealed that she was the offspring of closely related parents, who were either half-siblings with a common mother, an uncle and a niece, an aunt and a nephew, or a grandfather and a granddaughter, or a grandmother and a grandson. This degree of inbreeding suggests that Neanderthals lived in small and isolated populations, which might have led to such relationships. Our understanding of Neanderthal sexual behavior, albeit limited, is largely shaped by the genetic footprints they left behind. These genetic clues tell us that Neanderthals not only interbred with each other, including close relatives, but also with Homo sapiens, significantly contributing to the genetic makeup of modern humans. Number 2. The role of Neanderthals' unique physical characteristics. The physical characteristics of Neanderthals undoubtedly played a pivotal role in their mating and intimate practices. With a physique adapted to the harsh Ice Age conditions, Neanderthals were robust, short, and muscular. Their features, including the prominent brow ridges, broad noses, and stout bodies, were the result of evolutionary adaptations to the cold climates they inhabited. These physical traits, while they may appear brutish to modern eyes, likely had significant implications for their sex lives. Firstly, the strength and durability of Neanderthals were advantageous for survival in challenging environments. A muscular, robust Neanderthal would have been a successful hunter, providing not just food, but also a level of security for the group. In many animal species, such physical prowess is considered attractive as it indicates good health and the ability to protect and provide, so it's possible the same was true for Neanderthals. There's also the intriguing characteristic of the Neanderthal voice. Although we can't know for sure, the reconstruction of Neanderthal vocal tracts suggests they had a deeper voice compared to modern humans. This deeper, powerful voice might have been used in attracting mates, similar to how voice pitch plays a role in human mate selection today. Some researchers have even suggested that Neanderthals might have used song as a form of courtship. In light of these insights, it becomes clear that Neanderthals' physical traits played a vital role in their sexual behavior. These characteristics, coupled with their environmental adaptations, likely shaped their sexual preferences, mating choices, and overall intimate life. It's a fascinating reminder that what we often perceive as mere physical traits can have profound implications for the intimate aspects of a species, extending our understanding of Neanderthals beyond the sphere of survival and into the realm of their sexual and emotional lives. Number 3. Neanderthals, the first to utilize personal ornaments. Delving into the realm of prehistoric personal adornment, we discover a fascinating aspect of Neanderthal culture that undeniably influenced their intimate relationships. The use of personal ornaments, primarily in the form of beads and feathers, is an indicator of the development of complex social structures, which invariably includes sexual behavior and mating rituals. Remarkably, Neanderthals were among the first to engage in this practice. Excavations have revealed the usage of decorative items by Neanderthals, some as old as 130,000 years. Archaeological sites across Europe, particularly in Spain and France, have yielded perforated animal teeth, shells, and ivory, presumably worn as necklaces or bracelets. Bird feathers and talons, considered to have had symbolic value, were used as well. The use of coloring agents like red ochre to paint their bodies or clothing has also been discovered. It is likely that these personal ornaments served multiple purposes in Neanderthal societies, including communication of individual identity, social status, and group affiliation. However, one of the key aspects could have been to enhance physical attractiveness and indicate sexual availability or interest, similar to how modern humans use fashion and jewelry. The use of color, particularly red ochre, is especially significant. In many cultures, red is associated with vitality, fertility, and power. If Neanderthals shared this association, the application of red ochre might have been a way to attract mates. Another point to consider is that crafting and wearing personal ornaments require cognitive abilities like planning, symbolism, and a sense of self and others. These are indicators of intellectual capacity, which might have played a role in mate selection among Neanderthals. The use of personal ornaments by Neanderthals offers intriguing insights into their sexual and social lives. These adornments, more than just decorative elements, were probably vital communication tools, reflecting an individual's qualities, achievements, and possibly even their readiness for mating. This practice demonstrates that Neanderthals, far from being the brutish creatures of popular myth, were capable of intricate symbolic thought and possessed a complex sexual and social culture. Number 4. Neanderthals' rituals of attraction. The rituals of attraction, courtship, and mating are fundamental aspects of any species' reproductive behavior. While it is impossible to fully reconstruct these practices in Neanderthals, archaeological and genetic evidence, coupled with comparisons to closely related species like early Homo sapiens and modern primates, provide insightful clues. Neanderthals are known to have had a rich culture, characterized by symbolic thought and intricate social structures. As we have already discussed, personal adornments such as shells, feathers, and bone pendants were likely used to enhance physical attractiveness, communicate social status, or indicate sexual availability. However, the rituals of attraction probably extended beyond mere physical adornment. In addition to these public displays, there might have been more private rituals as well. Evidence of Neanderthal dwellings suggests they had designated spaces for different activities. These spaces may have set the stage for intimate one-on-one interactions, allowing for quiet communication, the sharing of food, or other forms of bonding. Finally, it's essential to mention the possible role of olfaction in Neanderthal attraction rituals. Like other mammals, Neanderthals likely relied significantly on their sense of smell. They might have used natural scents, perhaps even body odor, as part of their attraction strategy. Certain genes related to the immune system are known to influence body odor, and individuals often subconsciously prefer the scent of potential mates with different immune genes, maximizing the chances of healthy offspring. Given that modern humans and Neanderthals interbred, it's possible that this mechanism was at play in Neanderthal societies as well. Neanderthal attraction rituals, while lost in the mists of prehistory, were likely rich and multifaceted, involving physical displays, the use of symbolic items, vocal communication, intimate interactions, and possibly even olfactory cues. Despite the limitations of archaeological evidence, this much is clear. Neanderthal courtship was far more complex than simply a might is right paradigm. Number 5. Neanderthal family structure and mating patterns. Unraveling the fabric of Neanderthal family structure and mating patterns brings us closer to understanding their intimate lives. While precise details are elusive due to the constraints of archaeological evidence, genetic studies, anthropological theories, and comparisons with early Homo sapiens paint a fascinating picture. Neanderthals lived in small groups, usually comprising 30 individuals. These groups, based on archaeological evidence and genetic studies, likely consisted of closely related individuals. The genetic analysis of Neanderthal remains has shown a significant amount of inbreeding, suggesting that these small groups were often isolated from each other, leading to mate selection within the group. Based on the extended family model and ethnographic parallels, anthropologists propose that Neanderthals might have practiced exogamy, where a male leaves his birth group to join his mate's group upon reaching sexual maturity. This practice, common among primates and early human societies, helps to prevent inbreeding and fosters alliances between groups. It is also speculated that Neanderthals might have formed long-term pair bonds, analogous to modern human marriages. Evidence supporting this theory includes the shared burial sites and the care for sick or injured individuals, suggesting long-term attachments and cooperative behavior. Neanderthal children were likely a crucial part of these family structures. Anthropologists suggest that Neanderthal children matured quickly, aiding their families in hunting and gathering at an early age. This accelerated growth, however, might have required prolonged breastfeeding periods, influencing the mating patterns by spacing out pregnancies. While we lack the details, it's probable that Neanderthal family structure and mating patterns were shaped by their harsh living conditions and small, isolated groups. Within these constraints, they likely developed complex social norms and practices, possibly including exogamy, long-term pair bonding, and extended family living, showcasing their remarkable adaptability and social intricacy. Number 6. The hygiene practices of Neanderthals. Hygiene practices, often overlooked in the study of prehistoric cultures, can provide remarkable insights into daily life and, by extension, into intimate behavior. While the popular image of Neanderthals might be one of unkempt and dirty individuals, the archaeological record paints a far more nuanced picture. Evidence from various Neanderthal sites across Europe suggests that they were not oblivious to personal cleanliness. Excavations have yielded tools that could have been used for grooming purposes. These include toothpicks made of bone or wood, possibly used for dental hygiene, and shells or stones that could have served as primitive scrapers for skin cleaning or hair trimming. Neanderthals also likely had knowledge of medicinal plants and their uses. Dental calculus analysis of Neanderthal remains revealed traces of various plants, some with known anti-inflammatory and analgesic properties. These could have been used not just for treating illnesses, but also for regular health maintenance, much like modern humans use herbs and spices. Moreover, fire, an integral part of Neanderthal life, was a crucial tool for maintaining hygiene. Fire could have been used to clean tools, cook food thoroughly to kill parasites and pathogens, and provide warmth, keeping the living areas dry and preventing the spread of disease. Now, how do these hygiene practices tie into their intimate lives? Cleanliness could have played a role in attracting mates. A Neanderthal who maintained good hygiene would have signaled health and fitness, enhancing their attractiveness. Further, practices like grooming and bathing might have also served as social activities, fostering connections and intimacy. Medicinal knowledge, too, might have influenced mate selection. A Neanderthal capable of identifying and using medicinal plants effectively would have demonstrated intelligence and resourcefulness, desirable traits for any potential mate. They could also provide care and healing, fostering deeper bonds with their partners. Fire, besides its practical uses, might have served as a gathering point, facilitating social interaction and, potentially, intimate connections. The warmth and safety of a fire could have encouraged quiet conversations, shared meals, and other forms of bonding. Neanderthal hygiene practices, far from being non-existent, were likely sophisticated and multifaceted, serving both practical and social purposes. By maintaining their cleanliness and health, Neanderthals not only ensured their survival but also enhanced their social and intimate lives, challenging the stereotypical image we often hold of these remarkable prehistoric humans. Number 7. Pregnancy and childbirth in Neanderthal societies. Peering into the epoch of Neanderthals, their attitudes towards pregnancy and childbirth can illuminate fascinating aspects of their intimate lives. Although we can't recreate the full details of these critical events, the skeletal remains, archaeological findings, and comparisons with contemporary hunter-gatherer societies help us draw a compelling picture. Neanderthal women, based on skeletal evidence, probably had a similar pregnancy duration to modern humans, approximately 9 months. Neanderthal children, like their Homo sapiens counterparts, were born with relatively large brains. This trait required wide birth canals in Neanderthal females, evidence of which we find in the fossil record. Despite this, childbirth was likely a challenging and risky affair due to the infants' large heads, potentially necessitating assistance during the process. The role of midwifery in Neanderthal societies is a topic of interest among anthropologists. The physical demands and potential complications of childbirth, combined with Neanderthals' social nature, suggest that assistance during childbirth was likely. These helpers were probably experienced females, possibly older relatives who had undergone the process themselves. The existence of midwifery, while speculative, implies that Neanderthals had a deep understanding of the birth process and could cooperate effectively in high-stress situations. The care of pregnant females and newborns would have required a supportive social structure. Neanderthal groups, composed of closely related individuals, likely provided this network. Group members, especially the females, might have shared responsibilities like gathering food, providing care, and offering protection. The archaeological record reveals the presence of infants at several Neanderthal sites, sometimes even buried with adults, indicating that they were integral members of the group from birth. This evidence, along with the physical demands of pregnancy and infant care, suggests that Neanderthals valued their pregnant females and infants, providing them with the necessary support and protection. Pregnancy and childbirth in Neanderthal societies were significant events that involved the entire group. Despite the physical challenges, Neanderthals likely navigated these life events with cooperation, care, and cultural practices like possible midwifery and extended breastfeeding. These practices underscore the fact that Neanderthals, much like us, were complex beings capable of empathy and cooperation, particularly in the face of life's most intimate moments. Number 8. The impact of environment on Neanderthal sexuality. The influence of the environment on the sexuality of a species is often profound, impacting everything from sexual selection to reproductive strategies. In the case of the Neanderthals, who inhabited diverse and often harsh environments, these influences were likely significant and multifaceted. Neanderthals lived in a variety of environments across Eurasia, from the warm Mediterranean coasts to the frigid steppes of Siberia. These varied climates would have impacted the availability of resources, the prevalence of certain diseases, and the physical hardships faced, all of which could influence mating strategies and sexual behavior. In resource-scarce or harsh environments, for instance, traits like physical robustness, ability to provide, and resistance to disease would become particularly important in sexual selection. This could mean that individuals with the strength to hunt large game, the skill to create warm clothing, or the immunity to survive prevalent diseases would be more attractive as mates. Similarly, the physical demands of surviving in such environments could have influenced sexual dimorphism in Neanderthals. While Neanderthals, both males and females, were physically stronger and more robust than contemporary Homo sapiens, the difference between the sexes was less pronounced than in modern humans. This suggests that both sexes shared in demanding tasks like hunting and shelter construction, impacting the roles and expectations in their sexual relationships. Moreover, the environment would dictate the rhythms of life, including sexual activities. For example, in colder climates, birth rates might be higher in spring and summer when resources were abundant, leading to higher sexual activity in winter. This seasonal rhythm, observed in many animals, could have been a part of Neanderthal life as well. The small, isolated groups in which Neanderthals lived were also a product of their environment. These group dynamics would have impacted mating patterns, potentially leading to practices like exogamy, which we discussed earlier. The diverse and often challenging environments Neanderthals inhabited likely had a profound impact on their sexual behaviors, mate selection, and reproductive strategies. It shaped their physical evolution, their cultural practices, and their social interactions, playing an integral role in their intimate lives. Though the specifics are lost to time, the influence of the environment on Neanderthal sexuality underscores their remarkable adaptability and the intricate interplay between nature and culture in shaping intimate behavior. Number 9. Evolutionary perspectives on Neanderthal sex life. From an evolutionary standpoint, the intimate behavior of Neanderthals provides unique insights into the development of human sexuality and social bonds. By examining these practices through the lens of evolution, we can unravel the biological and cultural factors that shaped their intimate lives and trace their influence on modern humans. A central concept in evolutionary biology is fitness, defined as an individual's ability to pass their genes on to the next generation. This concept, applied to Neanderthal sexual behavior, can help explain their mate selection strategies. Physical robustness, resourcefulness, and resilience, traits that enhance survival in harsh environments, would have been attractive as they increased the chances of offspring survival. Similarly, cooperative behaviors, including shared child-rearing and hunting, would have been favored by natural selection. These behaviors not only improved group survival, but also facilitated the formation of long-term pair bonds, enabling shared investment in offspring. Thus, evolutionary pressures could have shaped the development of monogamy, or at least long-term pairing in Neanderthals. The existence of interbreeding between Neanderthals and Homo sapiens also holds evolutionary significance. This interbreeding resulted in gene flow between the two species, impacting the genetic makeup of early modern humans. Today, non-African human populations carry about 1–2% Neanderthal DNA, suggesting that these unions were not rare occurrences. This shared DNA has been linked to several traits in modern humans, including immunity, skin color, and even certain health conditions, highlighting the lasting impact of these interspecies interactions. From an anthropological perspective, the complex social structures and practices of Neanderthals could have been an evolutionary response to these constraints. Rituals of attraction, the use of personal ornaments, and hygiene practices could have developed as means to maximize fitness within the given environmental and social limitations. The evolutionary perspective on Neanderthal sexuality provides a framework for understanding the biological and cultural factors that shaped their intimate behavior. It highlights the adaptive nature of their practices in response to their environment and social structure, and underscores the profound impact they had on the genetic heritage of modern humans. It reminds us that the intimate lives of our prehistoric relatives were shaped by the same evolutionary forces that molded our own, underscoring the common threads that link us across the expanse of time. Number 10. The modern human connection. Neanderthal DNA in contemporary populations. One of the most fascinating aspects of the study of Neanderthals is the enduring biological legacy they have left in modern humans. This connection is evident in the DNA of contemporary populations, particularly those outside of Africa, and provides profound insights into the shared history of Neanderthals and Homo sapiens. Genomic research has revealed that Neanderthals and early Homo sapiens interbred on several occasions. As a result of these encounters, around 1–2% of the genome of non-African modern humans is derived from Neanderthals. This figure may seem small, but when extrapolated across the multitude of genes it represents, the influence of Neanderthal heritage becomes significantly substantial. The impact of this genetic legacy is diverse. Some Neanderthal gene variants have been associated with physical traits in modern humans, such as skin and hair color. This implies that some of our aesthetic characteristics, and by extension, some aspects of our physical attractiveness, could be partly shaped by our Neanderthal ancestors. Further, the Neanderthal DNA in modern humans has been found to influence the immune system. Certain Neanderthal gene variants are thought to have boosted the immunity of early Homo sapiens, helping them survive new diseases as they moved into novel environments. This could have had implications for survival and sexual selection, as robust immunity is often a desirable trait in a potential mate. It's important to note that our understanding of the influence of Neanderthal DNA is still evolving. Many Neanderthal gene variants in modern humans have unknown functions. These variants, often referred to as Neanderthal mystery DNA, represent an exciting frontier in the study of human evolution and biology. The presence of Neanderthal DNA in modern humans also underscores the intimate connections between our species. These were not just fleeting encounters, but sustained interbreeding over thousands of years that left a lasting legacy. These interactions likely involved not just physical attraction, but also shared rituals, communication, and social structures, further highlighting the complexity of Neanderthal social and intimate life. The Neanderthal DNA in contemporary populations reveals the deep connections between Neanderthals and early Homo sapiens. It reminds us that our prehistoric relatives are not just a distant memory, but an integral part of our genetic heritage. Their influence on our physical traits, health, and possibly even our behavior is a testament to the complexity and richness of their intimate lives, and to our shared evolutionary journey.